Yo. What's good, family? It's your boy. Woo! Up in the building, man. The day after, man. I'm still thinking about that win last night. That was a freaking awesome win, bro. On the road. Knocking out this morning show, man. Not gonna take up too much of y'all time, probably about 15, 30 minutes. Depending on if we got any fans who got anything they want to say. Awesome win, man. Awesome win. I spent this morning and last night trolling all the ESPN writers, trolling Chris Broussard, everybody who said we was going to lose last night. And not the fact that they said we was going to lose. I can understand that from because they supposed to analyze the game and whatnot. But it's the way they said it, like just so nonchalant, like Charles Barkley said we stink. Chris Broussard, he just blew us off on first things first. He's like, oh, they're gonna beat the Hawks. They're gonna beat the Hawks. Like we was like a bottom feeder team or something, man. That's the funniest part. Like we bottom feeders. Let me drop this link just in case any fans want to come up here, get anything off their chest, anything about last night. What I will say, shout out to everybody who tapped into the show last night. Salute to everybody who tapped in on the watch along. We're gonna do that again. Probably gonna do it for all the playoff games. Oh my God, man. This was hilarious, man. Shout out to the Heat fans. What's the guy's name? Shout out to him who came back. He talked that shit, but he came back like a real fan, came back. He took his little straightening. You know, it's all fun and games, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing serious. But it's all fun and games because I'm sure if we would have lost, all them Heat fans would have been up in here deep like they was last year. They was deep on the show last year when we were losing to them in the playoffs. So shout out to the Heat fans who came back and took that little bit of straightening. They gave us all credit for the game. And like I said, guys, when it's just one game, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. You can have a bad game and you know. But let me see. When do we play? When do we start the playoffs? Let's see. Let's see when we start the playoffs. Oh, I like it. Hawks blast Heat. Grab number 7 seed in the East. I like it. Thank God, bro. I think us not having to play another game, I think that's also a game changer too, man. You feel me? Yo, what's good, Solution? What's popping with your homie? Oh, he driving.
Good morning.
Good morning, man. What's good with your homie? Yeah, but you might have to pull over though, because you're going in and out.
All right, I got you.
But let me see when the playoffs start. Let's check it out. We gonna knock out the let's see. Round 1, series 0-0 on the game 1's on the 15th. Oh, in 3 days. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, Saturday. Okay, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern is when we play the Celtics in Boston. Okay, now. Okay, we're gonna be ready for that. We're gonna be ready for that, man. You feel me? Man, I felt like we got a doubt. To me, man, I'm gonna tell you something. That was a big weight off our chest, man. Big weight off our chest. Not having to play another extra game. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm back. Not having to play playing an extra game. But man, I'm telling you, man, listen, I said this a while back, man. You know, at first, this off season, I wanted us to upgrade the center position. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think the combination of Clint Capella and Onyeka Kongwu, I think that gives us it gives us a different dynamic. That what's good, finesse, what's good, Arnold, D Rock up in the building. Shout out, Mike. Um, it gives us different looks, man. You know, you could come in with a Capella who'll give you 20. Yeah, but bro, he gave us 20 rebounds last night, my guys.
Yeah.
20 boards. And then for Quentin Snyder to be able to bring in Onyeka Kongwu and put him on Bam. Bro, Bam didn't do nothing last. Bro, them Heat fans were clowning Bam last night, bro. Clowning.
Yeah,
And I'm
Bam looked real soft. I mean, he looked real lost out there, man.
yeah, man. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and Miami, the refs couldn't save him, man. They was looking for they was out there hunting for fouls. They wasn't getting them weak calls like they usually get. And I was watching one of the post game interviews, and this reporter he made a good point, man. He said, y'all remember that time we went to Miami and it was under it was under Lloyd Pierce, and we went to Miami and we was up and Trey Young was talking shit to Jimmy Butler, and then Lloyd Pierce took him out the game, and then we end up letting Miami tie the game and losing in overtime, right? So the reporter said he brought that up, but he said the way we finished the game last night and responded to Miami runs, he called it a professional victory. Like he said, we look real professional.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, Demond, that's why a lot of reporters and these blog guys, they don't respect the Hawks because of that. The same thing that we see as fans and as a partnership on this channel is the same reason why these guys who are supposedly analysts and they got to make a decision. They'll never they'll never respect our organization until we start doing things like that. And as for the Boston game, see, that's the thing that haunts a young team when we don't have veterans like other teams, because you look at all when Boston blew us off the court the other day when we played them. Look at the collage of guys they have. They have a vet like Horford. They got a veteran that's smart. They got journeyman guys like Muscala coming off the bench, and you got hungry guys like Hauser. They're deep at every position.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree with I watched the post comments last night. Of course, Charles is gonna. He said 4-1. He's talking more. He didn't want to say sweep because he don't want to embarrass himself like he did last night, calling us out.
Right.
But the thing I do agree with Kenny. We do have two all-star guards that can pose a problem. These guards can put up points with anybody in the world, and this is the dissension I have with the blogs and stuff. They don't respect our backcourt. And even when it was analyzing the Miami game, I was telling everybody in the panel, said, don't disrespect our backcourt. We got Murray this year. We didn't have Murray last year. We got another ball handler that can bring the ball up. They threw that double team at Trey. We had nobody else that could handle the ball. That's going to
Mm-hmm.
pose problems for Boston. And I want to see how this young coach, when we put some pressure on them, everybody's talking about the coach for Boston, but I want to see when we put pressure on him, how he's going to respond. This is his actual first year as a head coach going into the playoffs. Don't just because he got a good group of squads, that don't mean that he hasn't been able to have the coach through pressure. Quinn has done that, and I think that showed through Quinn. We kind of we got on Quinn because of how he lost with Utah, and I was looking at that. I was looking to see how you're going to respond after all the criticism of how you got put out in the playoffs. Sure, it was a play-in for the seeding and all that, but still it was a big win when everybody was writing us off. So, yeah, man, I just want to kind of put that out there. I'm glad for the thesis of the morning show that we can kind of start on the topic. But, yeah, man, don't underestimate this team, man. And what we got to look for, I don't want a night and day. When you have a young team like this, they're so night and day. If we can come out with that same composure like
Mm-hmm.
we did in Miami, that's how you know a young team is focused. That's how you know that what they practice on all week, the game plan is flowing within them and they believe in it. it seemed like at the end of that tenure with Nate, they wasn't believing in
Mhm.
anything. You know what I'm saying? They weren't believing that nothing was working. No one was maturing. No one could get really quality minutes. And I saw that one thing I didn't get to say on the panel last night was the 33 minutes that Bay played was huge because when Hunter got in foul trouble, when you see a coach give a player a certain amount of minutes like that, that means he's trusting his growth with him. You
Right.
look at how a coach disperses minutes, that tells you all about the player development and how that player is developing with the coach. He trusts Bay. You know what I'm saying? He could have probably threw AJ in there for a few minutes or maybe gave JJ a few more minutes. But when Hunter got in foul trouble, Bay took those minutes and he did something with it. So that's why we complain about the rotations. Play people who are going to do something with the minutes. Don't just put them in there just because the status quo, they're the starter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think because rest of them was in the crowd last night, he had to kind of put Trey in at certain time and JC in at certain times, and the ownership groups was looking at that. But Collins stepped it up there at the end. He got his couple rebounds, and we closed the game.
Yeah, man. I agree with everything you said, my guy. Okay, my love. Um, I mean, we played a pretty we played a pretty efficient game last night. I mean, as a team, we shot 46%. Quinn got us what analysts and Mikey was saying last night about the threes, and what I'm trying to explain to them, even though Quinn's saying shoot more threes, my logic is this, man, when it comes to the 3-point shooting. Why keep shooting more threes if you only hitting them at a 24% clip?
Bro, did you
I
see 3-point? Did you see Trey's 3-point shooting?
Bro, he can't. He's terrible this year. He 1 for 8 from three, man.
Terrible,
12. Look
bro.
at that.
You know
12%.
what? Do you know why? And we both know this because he keeps shooting them damn logo threes. And people get on me about comparison between him and I didn't mean to cut y'all, but I had to
No,
say
you
this.
good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
When you compare Steph and Trey, Steph is as a better rhythm shooter than Trey. Trey, when he shoots shots that take him out of rhythm. Steph, he shoots shots that put him in rhythm. And then when Steph isn't on his game, he doesn't take more off rhythm shots. You know what I'm saying? He gets into. That's why I say the elite players, they have a spiritual side of the game. Trey hasn't developed that. He doesn't know how to fine tune his spiritual side to bring it up, so when his physical side is lacking, he can entertain his IQ and bring the physical side up with his spiritual side. That's what Steph does. You don't come down and shoot a logo three and you shoot one for five or whatever the hell. You don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to make a point because I didn't get to say that yesterday. When I looked at his, I said 1 for 8, and you've been talking about how bad his 3-point shooting been this year. But that's where he doesn't take shots in rhythm, man. That's his issue, man.
He take bad shots
Yes, sir.
at the end of the day, and that's what I've been trying to explain to people, man. He's shooting low 30% from three. I mean, at one point, um, he was in the 20s. And I'm like, I prefer Trey Young. Like when we played the Knicks series, let's try to get in the paint. Let's get the floater going. He got in the paint last night. He missed a couple shots at the basket, but when he missed them, I was saying to myself, I was like, I can live with that miss, because it's a good shot. I can live with that. I can't live with you 1 for 8 from three. I mean, that's unacceptable. And my thing is this: sometimes you got to know when the shot not going. Oh, I'm not feeling it from three tonight. How can I get my points any other way? Oh, let me get in the paint. Let me try to get back to the free throw line. I think looking at the stats, man, I think the only thing two things I would, and I'm nitpicking now, but two things that stand out to me that we need to improve on is, and I think you said it. Either it was you or somebody else said it, bro. We need to be getting. We got to get to the free throw line. You know. We ended up. Let's see. My bad. I hit the wrong button. we got to get to that free throw line a little bit more, in my opinion.
Well, you
Um,
know, I said if Trey can get to the free throw line 10 times or more, I said we got a guaranteed win. He got there 9 times,
yeah, he got there 9.
and
We
yep,
need, I think we need Murray, either Murray. I'm looking at Murray, Hunter, or no, those two, Murray and Hunter. They need to, especially they need to. He need to quadruple this: 2 attempts to the free throw line, 3 trips for Hunter at the free throw line. Well, I know Hunter was in foul trouble, but I think they need to get to the line a little bit more. And that's just me, just nitpicking right there. But just 24% from three. I mean, more doesn't always mean better. You know what I'm saying? We shot terrible from three. And then once again, back to another point, we let Miami shoot 32% from three. And then if you go back to that Boston game where the backups blew us out, they murdered us from the 3 point line. You know, Pritchard, Muscala, they was killing us at the three. But I will say this, Coach Quinn, he gonna have to find something to do with Trey Young on the defensive side of the ball, bro. I know last night on the show, a lot of people were trying to downplay it, but bro, we were sitting there watching the game in real time, man. We saw them picking on Trey Young. We saw what happened when Gabe Vincent or Kyle Lowry was getting penetration in the lane. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Luckily, we had double digit lead. So
right.
I mean, he got to find a fix for that. I don't know.
Yeah, they picked on him a lot. I mean, he went straight at him as soon as the third quarter, and we talked about them knowing they was going to make a run. He told Hero, who had a big height advantage in the backcourt, to hey, when they switch and he get caught behind on that pick, shoot the high percentage shot. So one thing also too, Demond, is that Boston is going to make more shots. They're more they're like we said on the panel last night. They live and die by that 3 pointer. They shoot a lot of threes,
Yeah,
and we got a little bit lucky with Strus not really helping them last night. Those role players like not Gabe Vincent, but Caleb and all these guys that can come in and actually be. That was another big difference too. That's why when I said I was happy with how they contained the backcourt, of course, outside of Kyle Lowry. But if you watch the flow of the game, we never let more than one person really cook us. Like
right.
it was like Jimmy doing his thing and nobody else. And then I said on the watch along, I kind of said it, but no, it kind of went through everybody's ears. I said if they're gonna run the offense through Kyle Lowry, I said they're gonna have a big problem because that ain't gonna work. So we just it's okay if we let one person kind of have their little night, but we never let multiple people just hit us from every area. And
Well,
go
that's
ahead.
true because I mean, let's be honest. You know, you can't contain everybody.
No, you
You
can't.
know what I'm saying? So basically, it really comes down to pick your poison.
It's correct.
Um,
Yeah.
Speaking of Jimmy, I mean, I think we did a good job on Jimmy Butler last night. I mean, I can't even remember him being even a factor in the second half.
No,
You
no,
know,
he never got. No one in their starting five got comfortable for a long period of time. Hero, and a lot of that because that's why I said we got to give Quinn a little bit of credit because he did stop the bleeding with good timeouts, and then when Trey came off the floor, those guys were ready to turn up the heat, and
yeah,
they amended what was going on as soon as Trey. Cause we gotta have him on the floor, right? We gotta have him
yeah.
for his offensive presence, his distribution. But we have to be ready versus Boston when he comes off the floor. That plus minus got to be in the plus for everybody.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. I mean, let's see. Sadiq Bey, man. Listen, that dude. I was once again watching the post game press conference. Another reporter made a comment that stuck with me, and when he said it, it popped in my head. He said Sadiq Bey played hard last night, and now I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
about it. I'm like, at Sadiq Bey, he left it on the court last night. You know what
He
I'm saying?
did.
He
He
left it on the
did.
court last night, going hard. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I hate to say it, man, but I mean, Collins gonna have to He gonna have to this offseason,
Man, go
bro.
ahead, man. Don't do that. Say it. Talk to me.
This,
Say what
bro.
you feel. I know where you're going with it.
This offseason, man. He
Let me
gonna have
tell
to.
you. Yeah,
I
you're gonna have
listen,
to
man.
work
I
on that
like Collins,
rebounding, bro.
man. You know, I like Collins,
I
but
know you do.
bruh, like this offseason, he gonna have to. If he's still on the team, he gonna have to come back. That three gonna have to be 35% or better, and he gonna have to be able to attack the basket like Bay does. And but I think Bay played with more
Let, let me ask
energy.
you. Let me ask you something. I want to be very. I want to use a lot of intuition here because I did go back and look at your previous episode about a year ago on the Collins and when you was really hyping them up, and I made a comment on that post, and I know how much you like Collins, but I got a question for you. At this stage in Collins' game, and he's been a Hawk his entire career. At this point in time, and I want you to think about this. Who do you think that he reminds you of? You've watched a lot of NBA in your time, and you have. Look at his game now and tell me who does he remind you of a prior. It could be a prior player or it could be someone in today's game. Who what? Because my question to you is this: I don't know what kind of game Collins has. Collins doesn't have any identity to me, and when you're inconsistent, you have flashes of greatness. That's a problem. But
But
see if
you
you
know
can
what
answer
solution?
that.
You know what
Go
though?
ahead.
You know what? On his behalf, I will say this. I will say this. With the different coaches we've had, LP, Nate McMillan, and now with Quinn, I think John Collins has been asked to do different things for the team. So I don't think that they gave him like a solid role and said, "Hey, we need you to be a post presence. Hey, we need you to hit these boards." I think right now, because now let's see, Nate McMillan and now with Quinn really turning him into a 3 point, just a straight up 3 point shooter now. So when people ask, when they like, how come Collins ain't getting no rebounds? Like I tell them, same thing with Dre, really, because they always at the perimeter. But
Hmm.
but then, you know, same thing when you see a Sadiq Bey, who a 3 point shooter, but you see him crashing the boards.
Effort, man. Like we
And
talked
that's and
about
that
effort. Hmm.
he that's what I was saying. He played with way more energy, way more determination. I think
Hmm.
uh I think John, I think if he's still on the team next year, they need to tell they need to tell Collins what his specific purpose and role is. This what we need from you. I really think next year he's just gonna be a straight up stretch four. Um
I want to. I think this it shows to the lack of our assistant coaches, because our assistant coaches have to put metrics and expectations for JC. I think when we used to talk when Herder was on the team, how he used to defer to Trey in the backcourt. I
yeah.
really think he'd be deferring to Capella, bro. Like stop deferring to Capella and go get yours. Capella, you see a man working the board like Capella did last night. How does that not inspire you to get in the gym the next day and take on some of that man's identity? And nothing flows through him, man. When people have great games around you, that's what I'm saying. He got he's Hunter was our X factor last night. He started off the game and he locked down. He set the tone on Jimmy yesterday. He got in foul trouble. But JC is going to be our X factor versus Boston because they're not going to let Capella dominate the board like that. They're deep at that center position, threefold. He's got to dominate that forward position. And I know he's going to have his hands full with Tatum, but if he don't do nothing offensively, he has to show up on the boards and defensively, man. Go ahead and say what you had to say.
uh, I
He has
mean,
to. He got to, bro. He got to. This is his wake up call. This series right here, bro. Because he replaced Horford. He
bro,
replaced Horford.
listen, man. I mean, I don't see why we don't go back with him, in the pick and roll with Trey. I understand Capella out there, I understand sometimes a Conwu out there, but run a couple pick and rolls for John to see if you can get him going offensively.
Yeah.
I think
Yes. Yep.
I
Hmm.
think
Hmm.
John is way too. unless I think I'm gonna be honest. I think he when he get the ball, he's really passive with the ball.
Yeah, bro.
I don't think when he get it, like his first instinct isn't, all right, let me get this bucket. I think it's okay, is anybody open? Is do I see something? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unlike players who go get buckets, you throw them the ball, they don't care what they got going on in front of them. They like,
Hmm.
I'm finna get to this hoop, or I'm finna pull it from here. Woo, woo, woo. I think
Right.
John is a little passive.
Right.
I mean, rightfully so, because you got Trey Young, and now you got DeJounte Murray, and now you got but looking at the numbers from last night, I mean, 22 minutes. I mean, he gave you what, 10 points? He gave you what, 2 assists, 4 boards. He was 50% from the field, 25% from three. Only took 4 threes, only took 8 shots total. Um,
Yeah, those minutes are very highlight. That's a big highlight because 22 minutes for a man making 23 million in a play-in, like you would think his minutes would be exceeding 25 to 30 minutes, and he wasn't in foul trouble. So
and
it's showing to me who's Quinn is trusting in his offense. Now I want to.
well, he did pick up some foul. He did get in a little bit because
Yeah, he had four. He
he
had
finished
four,
with
right?
4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
had
finished the
four.
game with
Okay,
4. So,
gotcha. That's
but
probably was part of it. Yeah, he was getting cooked down there.
I mean, shit, he was getting cooked. But I mean, to be
Yeah,
honest, we so deep at, and when I say deep, I don't mean like we like deep as like we so like we got all these all stars, but I'm just far as we have so many people who could play the 4.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift
Yeah,
because you know Sadiq Bey gives you a different look for the defense. You know what I'm saying? Defense, that's a different look for the defense, but Sadiq Bey don't give you that help defense like Collins does. But Sadiq Bey will give you, I think, better on ball defense than John Collins. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Collins with the help defense because he athletic like that, he can get up. Um, but Sadiq Bey can actually get on the man. I mean, because I ain't go from Sadiq Bey, but he was getting it last night, bro.
Yeah,
He was in the trenches last night. I mean,
yeah,
some of the
right,
shots he took was like, but
yeah.
shout out my homeboy Freezy up in the building, man. For Lawrence Tears, man. If you ain't subscribed to him, go over there, fuck with my guy. Knicks fan up in the
Yeah,
building, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with him.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I wanna call that win a very it's kind of a dichotomy, but it was a very it was a mature young win because if you think about the average age group of this team and they heard all the chattering and everything, they played like a young squad that was pissed, that was mad, like, and all of a sudden, man, they like turned into some super saves out there playing defense, bro. And I hope that Quinn, man, being in the playoff mode, that he's teaching these boys physicality because if they come out with that same physicality against Boston, bro, Boston gonna have some problems, man. They're gonna have some issues if they stand their ground against Tatum, because they said on the panel last night, Charles was talking about, oh, they ain't got nobody to stop Tatum, And well, we slowed down out of Bio and Dan Butler last night, and
yeah.
we are deep enough to compete with Boston. The problem is, if we can correct this, is out. We said this, man. Defending that 3-point line, man. That's the thing that we gotta fix. Now I know we coming up on 30 minutes. I got one last question for you. Speaking on JC, do you think? Because I think we can play small against Boston. Do you think that Quinn should run some different rotations with JC at the 5? Because that
I mean,
opens up a
you
lot of.
could, but
Go
you know
ahead.
what? But you could, because if you run JC at the 5, let's see, you could go small. You could go Trey Young. You could go Murray.
You know why I asked, right? Because what we said on the panel was true. Capella he's gonna get crossed up, man. Capella ain't gonna be able to come out there and guard them 4s and 5s, knocking them 3s. But JC can be a better defender on the perimeter. So that's why the thesis of my question. But go ahead.
And JC would make the Celtics big, whoever they got in there at the time. You know, because JC he'll shoot the
Yeah.
three, so that also clears the
Yes.
lane. The big gonna have to follow him. You know what I'm saying? A Congo. I
Yes.
was gonna use a Congo, but I have more faith in JC shooting a three right now than I do a Congo. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, he could do
We
that
need
because you
we
want to
need
hear a
more.
crazy lineup
We
I was thinking. You want to hear a crazy lineup
talk
I was thinking, man?
talk
Tell
to
me
me.
how crazy. Tell me if I'm crazy. Hey, you could come out. Hey, you run Murray and Jalen Johnson in the backcourt, bro.
I mean, what we
You think
thinking
that's
about? What we are
you
all?
think that's
What we?
crazy?
No, I don't know. They we know it could be a good look because of what he's shown us so far. But I don't know if Quinn wants to put that kind of responsibility on him right now. I think Quinn wants to, like I said yesterday, I think he wants to kind of bring him along. But I
Yeah.
do feel we need to experiment with the rotation for the main fact we got to match their shooting. We got to have the best shooters out there. After our first rotation goes out and we start putting them other rotations with Bogey and Bay and JJ, we gotta have. I think he might need to use a little bit of AJ in this series because we can play a little bit smaller against Boston because they don't have like a big like a Gobert and how we got killed with Towns and Gobert that time. I ain't scared of no damn Time Lord and all that bullshit, man. He was starting, he coming off the bench right now. But we can't get dusted. That's what they dusted us against them because we couldn't match their 3-point shooting. So we gotta have spacing. We need to have bigs out there that can space the court. We need to be physical. And I think Capella, I, I know he had a great game against Miami, but I already know he doesn't bring enough offense for us to play that kind of game against Boston. And we need JC, we need JJ, we need a Congo, we need their scoring to match their 3-point shooting because they're gonna shoot the 3-point, bro. They're gonna
I
shoot
mean,
it.
we saw that the last game. What's good, Foot?
What's happening, fellas? How
You
y'all
know,
doing?
What's
and
up,
just,
Phil?
we just recapping last night, man, and just talking a little bit about the Boston shit coming up. Ain't nothing formal because we're trying to keep this morning show
Right.
short, but because we're gonna do a whole preview show because I think we play Boston game one is on the 15th, so that's Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn, it's 15 already? Damn. I
That's what
can't.
it said. That's what it said on NBA.com.
No,
Let
no,
me
I'm
double
just
check.
looking at the date, man. Like, I'm way off.
I think it said the 15th. Let me double check real quick.
No, it's Saturday. But I was saying I didn't know it's like this the 12th. I'm thinking it's like the 7th of freaking April right now.
Yep, we play them Saturday at 3:30 Eastern. All righty.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
we gonna make sure we get a show in maybe tonight or tomorrow night. Everybody can come on. We can talk this Boston.
yeah. I told you, man, I told y'all for a couple days ago for this, I feel good about the playoffs. I'm not saying what's gonna happen, but I just have a good feeling about it as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Boston, all they do is shoot, right? Enough solutions. What you were saying, hey, we need to match their shooting. I mean, I think we need to play better defense. To limit them from just make a change their whole game plan, right? They're gonna put them up regardless.
You
Do
know what?
whatever all will.
Foot.
Go
You
ahead.
know what? You know what? Keep your thoughts, please. But what I saw last night is when we were committed to playing physical, which we haven't been doing a lot in the
Yeah,
last part of the stage,
Mm-hmm.
our defense steps up,
And
and
you
I
know what?
think
The
yeah,
refs didn't. The refs
they
they
was
were
shell shocked. They was shell
they were
shocked.
the refs weren't a factor last night. You
Nope.
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That,
yeah.
yeah.
It was.
Especially with Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry off foul merchants.
Except that one that he went on factor, but he's suspect. The one that
Hey.
jumped in front of Bogey.
Oh yeah, I
shot.
gotta give a shout out to Okonwu, man. Hey, that block on Bam was cold, bro.
But he beat that. Boy, he
That
beat
was
that
cold. They should just gave us the ball just cause.
shit. Yeah,
Just cause. But I
that's what
mean,
happened when you get more effort, man. You play with effort. I
well, that's
mean,
what I've been saying, bro. But tell me something. Y'all think that we can? I mean, obviously, I I don't think Quinn really has enough time to implement some new defensive schemes. Hell, I don't even think he got the personnel to play the type of defense he probably want to play. But like y'all said, man, that effort, dog, and that's what I was saying about Bay last night. I was watching the post game, and the dude said Sadiq Bay play hard, man.
Yeah.
And
on both, yeah.
And like Solution was saying, man, shit, John Collins pretty much on notice, man. I hate to say it because I like John, man. You know, I think John's a good
man. John been on notice the last couple of years, man.
If John wasn't making all that money, bro, I wouldn't have no problem just keeping him. But man, it's like Solution said, man. You look at his money, and then you look at that 22 minutes he gave you last night. Really wasn't a standout factor, you know.
Yeah, that's what bench players get about 18 to 22 minutes, man. But I'm gonna tell you another thing that I'm looking at. Trey had he didn't try to do a lot of hero ball last night, and when he did, shooting them logo threes to expose himself. I don't understand, man. Quinn got to sit that man down and say, listen, man, look at your 3-point shooting, bro. Going into the Boston series, you need to kick this shit in another fucking gear, bro. So 1 for 8 as a leader on this team, that shit is not gonna fly. That was a 1-game series against Miami. This is a what 5 game, 7, whatever it is, bro. You cannot come out here jacking up no logo threes, man. We need 5 for 10. We need, shit, man. 8 for 10, man. Have me one of them. I want one of them. What Klay Thompson games when Klay was going ham behind the 3-point. Where has that been with Trey? But let me tell you something, bro, man.
Solution, you know what?
But no. I want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
After that bullshit that happened between him and Smart, bro, I want him to take that nigga. I don't want to say that all the time. I want him to take that fool to the basket, get that fool in foul. I've seen Smart try to be over aggressive and get in foul trouble early. Quinn need to put that ball in Trey. Say, take the ball. You are all-star. He's an all-defender. You are all-star too, man. That man threw you on the ground, and then JC and all these other people playing little Care Bears with Boston, man. Listen, you take that man to the hole and put pressure on him, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. Trey got to set the tone in the backcourt, man. Smart, he's not a tall, big dude. He got to get some get.
Oh, he went out. Oops.
He went out.
Yeah, he in his car. So
yeah. What
there you go. But you know what I was gonna say though, man. I was gonna say, the thing with Trey is that he makes threes when he take the nice when he got his legs under him. You know, when he do them side step back, whatever threes, one off one leg, crazy mess. That's when he brick them, man. But you know,
see, I look at it like this. Like I said last night, I'm not even worried about those logo threes, right? Unless you just jacking them up. I don't think he might have took one quick, but once I said, oh, the clock to get another possession back or whatever. But the thing is, he's made those shots time and time again. So what that does, as long as he ain't just jacking them up like that, even with his threes, he can make that shot. You open shoot it, right? Like a lot of people, don't take a 3, Trey. I'm looking on the chat, so don't take a 3, Trey. Don't take a 3. Bruh, he can make those shots. And I think Quinn even came in, talked about after the game about all the guys taking threes, putting threes up.
He said
you shoot it, whatever.
Yeah, he said that's what he said. He said he said if you open, it's a good shot. But I mean, bruh, he's shooting terrible on the season. Last night,
understood.
He was 1 for 8 last night from 3.
Understood. But see, you can't. Again, he's made those shots at a high clip. So as a shooter, he's not a shooter, but as a ball player, you don't want to be second guessing your shots. If you open, you shoot it. It's simple as that.
I feel you on that. You're right.
And I still think that shoulder still kind of messed up his shooting for this season. That's just my opinion, right? It's not really talked about. That's just my opinion. He's off, right? So again, he can bring other things to the table. So if he was just a shooter, then bro, get your ass off the floor, right? But I'm not, again, you got to put those shots up. That's why the offense is doing what it is. We weren't putting up many threes. There's still an opportunity. And when you hit them, you hit them. You might as well. Put them up. We came out, and guess what that would do? That'll bring that defense out that middle.
Yeah.
Right? Even with Trey, his logo shot, you see they play up on him. As soon as he get across half court. Because he's a threat. See, as long as you're a threat, that'll bring that defense up, that'll open up that middle. That's how I look at things. I know people say, oh, stop shooting. Look, no, you hit one of them, they're gonna come up even more further, right? That's just gonna open it up, open the lane, open everything up for play. That's what people don't understand. Put all the concepts. Don't look at just the shot. Now, if he couldn't hit that shit, man, what the hell are you doing? That'll be a different story for me, my opinion.
Right. I feel you, man. I feel you. So what you thinking about Clint versus Kongwu? You think for the Boston series, you think Quinn should stick with what's working or maybe start a Kongwu?
No, I understand. I get what people are talking about start a Kongwu, right? I understand that, right? Just like they was talking about start a Kongwu last night on because your boy and I. Kongwu pretty much handled him. He wasn't. Yeah. You can't teach size. When I'm talking about size, that girth, right? We was physical. Clint was physical. He had to be because the way he was snatching down rebounds. He was in there between 2 and 3 people snatching rebounds, right?
Yeah.
We need to stop. People need to stop this. I'm still starting Clint until Okongwu, like Ticket said, until you take advantage of the opportunities that's in front of you. Don't fold when you get that opportunity, like playing a lot of time. I'm still starting Okongwu because again, I don't need score from Okongwu, right? I need how he affected the paint, even when he didn't block shots. He affected a lot of shots last night. The commentators mentioned it one time, but he affected a lot of shots without blocking last night.
You talking about Capella?
Yeah, and those defensive rebounds, or what was it, 13 defensive rebounds or whatever?
Bro, I think
that took away their opportunity because Miami's a hustle team, right? Think about it.
Shit, I think Capella had more. I think Capella had more offensive rebounds than the whole damn Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, let me see.
Yeah. So and then he got us a lot of second chance shots as well. That stuff matters, man. Dang. So they looking at a lot of people talk about Okongwu with his scoring, but they play the same damn minutes, and you see the stats. So I'm still thinking with Clint. Just be happy we got one dude that can come in and there's no let off.
And remember, I said that. A while back. I said, "What's wrong with just running with this rotation?
Exactly,
a center rotation instead of getting rid of one. Run with the center rotation because Capella and Okongwu gives us different options."
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. One was having the discussion about who was a better fit for us to go into in this situation. It was be Milwaukee, Boston. The reason why Boston gives us such a big problem because is that they diffuse Capella from being a factor defensively. They got 2 guys. See, we're bad on rotations, so they got 2 guys that can take the ball. Really smart. He don't have to, but with Tatum and Brown being able to create their own shot, that poses a lot of issue for when they dish out to their 3-point. Then we can't fucking guard the 3-point line. Not now. What I'm looking for, see, they don't have to drive to the basket like how Jimmy does. They can go in and kick out. Go in. That's how Pritchard and all them will keep hitting. They and our defense collapsed. You saw how they was doing Trey yesterday, DeMond. Man, that's gonna be ×2 with Boston. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying, though. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, because now Clint can be a rim protector and a paint enforcer because they don't have to beat you off the dribble and take it all the way to the rim. Everybody on their starting 5 can hit mid-range shots. Everybody. So that's why we have such an issue, and that's why I'm looking to see how Quinn is going to use Clint defensively tomorrow because. Yeah, he needs to be. He gonna get his rebounds, but Tatum and Brown, they beat our defenders so bad, man. By the time they get to Clint, they got a wide open look at the basket. So that's what that's what we have to. We have to really communicate, close out the lanes, and we got to get in their face. I mean, we got to be physical, even if we got to get some guys to get some cheap fouls on them to let them know, hey, we're not going to let y'all shoot over us all night. that's gonna be a big part of the how we set the tone tomorrow.
But solution, like I said, man, and like I pointed out last night in the game, man, the watch along. That shit is gonna start with Trey, bro.
Yes, sir.
If Trey cannot stay in front of his man, we're gonna lose, bro. Now I'm not saying be all defense. I'm just saying stay, bro.
Stay connected, like I was saying last. Just stay connected.
Yeah, some of the possessions last night, man, bro. He had one possession. He just let what the little guard they had left, the Gabe, what's his name, bro? He just olayed him. Just let
I remember that. It wasn't even on. It was worse than the Olay. It was on the left side.
And then you just see all the Hawks having to start rotating.
I know when either Tatum or Brown goes out the game, we got to double team whoever. We cannot let them just do whatever they want. We can't really double team too much when both of them on the court. Like when that first quarter start, I would say double Jaylen Brown, and because we got more of a front court to deal with Tatum. But that's gonna be hard to do. But we cannot lose and get behind and just have Tatum cook us when Brown go out, or Brown cook us when Tatum go out. No, Quinn need to double them and let somebody else beat us, bro. That's how I feel.
Hey,
yeah, I agree. Hey, that perimeter, it's gonna start with that perimeter. We need more effort on that perimeter.
Yes, sir.
More talking, like you said, right?
Hey, we're gonna need effort.
Get up in them. Off when they don't have the ball, let them feel you. Right? Just be physical the whole game. You don't have to step back, get physical with them the whole game. Make them work harder to get their shots. That
bro,
like
we're gonna have to get physical, and I ain't even gonna lie, bro. We're gonna need some luck. Hopefully we
don't need luck, bro.
Well, luck meaning they come out shooting cold, bro.
Oh yeah. We had that in Miami,
bro. I'm not even worried about that. I'm not even worried about that.
I'm worried about it.
Yeah. Hey, they're a rhythm shooting team.
I'm telling you, man.
I get that. You're right. But what I'm saying, as far as the luck, if you get up in them the whole game, even when they don't have the ball, you need to put pressure on them. That's it. That is disrupt that rhythm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Put pressure on them.
Yeah.
Hey,
we did that. Yeah.
We disrupted rhythm.
What's good, man?
What happened. Yeah.
What's good?
Oh, go ahead, Foot. Finish your thought. My bad. Go ahead, RJ. I mean, go ahead, Foot. Finish your thought. My bad.
Oh, no. We need to disrupt their rhythm, right? If you disrupt their rhythm, then you're going to hit, just like Miami. Miami wasn't hitting because we had pressure on them. That's why they weren't hitting.
Yeah.
So, what's up, RJ? Go ahead, bro.
Hey, man, Foot, I agree with you 100%, man. I don't know if it helps any, but they did say Jaylen Brown did injure his hand. So maybe we can stop him from scoring. Like,
messing with his guard and shit. He got 5 stitches.
He do got a hand injury, so that does affect you because, man, we saw how that finger affected JC. But hey, man, listen, we all know, man, it's gonna be a tough game, man. It's gonna be a real tough game. The only thing I want to see, man, I want to see effort out there, man.
That's it. Yeah.
And if you go out there and show effort, I will say this: anything can happen. I definitely get a Hawks a puncher's chance in this game, man, because it's sports at the end of the day. So hey, I definitely give them a puncher's chance. But it's gonna be a tough out, man. It really is, because we don't really have anybody that can really go up against Brown and Tatum. We don't have anybody that can even remotely stop them guys.
Nobody in the NBA does.
Exactly. So,
that's why
that's a tall order. But one saving grace I will say, man, and I don't know if y'all agree with me on this. If we can stop these boys from knocking down threes, and it don't have to be a block shot, but just get in their face and be disruptive. Hey, man, that's a recipe for winning to me, man. If we can stop the Celtics from knocking down their open shots, because one thing we did against Miami, we were up on them boys on the 3-point line. Them boys,
that's what I'm saying.
We got to be up in their grill. Hey, listen, if you make a tough three, you make a tough three. Hey, there's nothing to do about that. But get in their face, man. Let them feel that presence, man. They call it it's something in street basketball, man. When you like, man, yeah, they good, but they gonna feel me. They gonna feel me. I know you good, but you gonna feel me, and that's what the Hawks
feel. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. They need to be in their pocket even when they don't have the ball, right?
Right.
Don't let them just run around off these weak ass screens. Mm-hmm. Get in their pocket, make them work.
Yeah.
Make them have to work. They're gonna start having second thought. Hey, what he at? Is he behind me? as they shoot. If you stay in their pocket, like I tell the boys now, if he go to the bathroom, you go with him.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
I like
Stay
that
in their
analogy,
pocket
yeah.
the whole game. That's going to disrupt that three. You know,
Yeah.
we're not gonna completely stop them, but we have to show some resistance, right?
I want to say it's two narratives that I want to speak on, and everybody on the panel right now know about Horford. We watched him as a Hawk. We watched Horford as a Thunder. We've watched him here in Boston, and he's gonna come out anytime a player is playing an old team he was on. He gonna look the cookies. Now it can be night and day with Horford. How we approach him. I've seen Horford play pretty much like a whole game before and not score a bucket. But we cannot allow Horford to get in the rhythm. We talking about them getting in the rhythm. We cannot allow Horford to sit in that fucking corner and knock down 3-pointers. I don't know who's guarding him on the switch, but Horford cannot get in. If Horford get in rhythm, it's gonna be a long night. So
you
look.
saw Muscala cook this the last game.
Yeah,
Former
any former Hawk, bro, they're gonna look to cook our ass, bro. So we gotta get up on him, diffuse him from being a factor for the whole game, bro. And then the second thing too, I was listening to 929 when I was in the car today, and they was talking about Jalen and how Jalen wants to be the guy. He wants to be out of Boston. They talked about him wanting to possibly come here to Atlanta. And Jalen's gonna come out. They missed. You gotta think about it. They are on a mission this year. They got, the coach is gone. The other coach came in. He's doing good. They wanted to be champions last year. They just came up short. They want to win. Trust me. They ain't worried about no Philly. They ain't worried about nobody. They want to win a championship. And Jalen want to be the man. They win. I think Jalen's gonna skip, and he's gonna go to a team where he can be the future superstar. So Jalen's gonna come. I know he got that hand injury, RJ, but he gonna come out there determined to bust our ass, bro. I said it was Rozier and Lowry always fuck us over, but bro, Jalen Brown's always been a thorn in our hide, bro. And those two players cannot get off to a big start. We're gonna have a long day, man.
And one thing I want to chime in on that too, man. We gotta find like. The last game, Jalen Johnson was our X factor. When we go into these games with the Celtics, man, we got to have somebody that's going to be our X factor. I don't care who it is. It could be from Jalen Johnson to AJ Griffin. I don't care who it is, but you got to find that X factor, man.
I said JC. I told Demond, I feel it's JC. JC got to show up in game one. He has to let the fan base know that he's going to be committed this year around the playoffs. He been here the longest out of all the first round draft picks. He was here before Trey. This is his time to shine. Like I said, he replaced Horford for us when he came in. We drafted him when we let Horford go. So he's got to show up and let the ownership group know, hey, I'm not going to defer to Capella. I'm going to feed off what Capella did. I'm going to help him on the boards, And I was hard on Hunter last night, but I do like his fouls. I do like his physicality. He got up in Jimmy's face. I want that same Hunter because we are. I want him to be physical and let his offense, the guy in front of him, know that you're not going to beat me all for 48 minutes in this game. Even I got to put my hands on you and put you on the line. And when you look at what happened, when we put a lot of them on the line, what they do? Jimmy missed a lot of free throws. Yes.
They did miss a lot of free throws. Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler missed quite a few.
Yeah.
As well as what's the dude named Gabe Vincent? He missed some too.
Because they were surprised about our physicality. They didn't think we had it in our heart to put them on the line and put pressure on them. So many times we give too much easy buckets in the paint. Foul them, make them go to the line. The Pistons did that for years, Foot.
That's why I'm getting ready to get to. All these damn fouls. We got people on the bench. That's why I said be physical.
Speaking of free throws, we was terrible last night too from the free throw line.
We were terrible.
Yeah, we were horrible, man.
Bro, we was 59% from the free throw line. 16.
And I want to say, hey, DeJounte Murray, bro, as a guard, you can't be missing free throws, bro.
They actually shot way better than we did. They was 80% off of 20 attempts. We was 59% off 27 attempts.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Clint missed all of his. That was a big problem.
Clint was 0 for 4. Yeah. John 1 for 3.
Yeah.
If I can tack on to what Solution talking about Al Horford. One thing we also have to deal with Al Horford. He's a great fucking passer. He initiated a lot of that shit. If you look at it,
he's a vet, man. He's a veteran that they believe in.
He set folks up real well.
Yeah, they believe in him in Boston.
He fits perfectly.
Hey man, this might be a good game for Onyeka. I don't think Clint has the nimbleness to kind of keep up with Al Horford, man. I would like to get them young lads on the convo to get on him, man.
That's why I asked Demond if he should go small. Yeah,
I have to disagree.
Okay,
You're just looking at these games. He does.
Yeah.
Just go look back last year and this year. Both on pretty much the same team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think nimbleness is a problem, right?
Yeah.
Because see what Al Horford does, or people don't realize, Al Horford get physical with dudes, especially on offense, right?
Yeah.
So and that's what Clint can match that. So Horford is crafty. So
can he match Al Horford when Al Horford out there at that 3-point line?
Yeah.
I don't think he can.
I know that all this whole talk like Clint can't guard the perimeter. That's bullshit, right? You see what he did with Giannis in the perimeter. Onyeka did too at times. So if you go back and look at all the games since he's been here, that one couple guys, he shut Giannis down from the perimeter, trying to drive and everything, right?
Yeah. Well, all I can say to compound by that, the starters sat down the bench and watched our bench players got roasted by them. So I hope, man, when the starters get there on the court, that they take it to their ass, bro. And I hope that damn Capella come out. I believe in a lot of what you're saying, and I think with him dominating against Miami, I hope that carries over to this series. But it remains to be seen, man, because they're a rhythm shooting team. And let me tell you something, we ain't even talked about Derek White yet. And Derek White carried that team when Jalen was out and they were hurt, bro. So DeJounte Murray, man, he can't get cooked by Derek White either. That's why I say we got to get physical and get these guys, get the physicality in their heads, bro.
Yeah.
We got to get them in foul trouble, get to the line. I need Trey to definitely get more than 10 free throw attempts. I'm saying the backcourt got to take it to their backcourt because we match up with the backcourt very well. The fours and centers, I can't really say too much, but they're rhythm. If you look from 1 through 5, they're all rhythm shooters. Smart he's more defensive minded, but he's a rhythm shooter. Derek White is a rhythm shooter. I seen Derek White hit like 8. I think that game he had like 8 threes in a row one time. And we know about Jalen and Tatum. So they're all, and Horford, they're all rhythm shooters. How do you get it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, catch these boys by surprise, man. I think a lot like Miami, man. The Celtics are probably, man, we dominate this team all through the regular season. Let's catch these boys by surprise, man, and show them something.
It's a big rivalry, bro. And DeMond knows back from when Bird and Dominique used to play in the playoffs. Neither of these teams like one another, bro. They hate it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man.
I actually hate the Heat more than I hate Boston. I can't stand, man.
No, I can't stand Boston, bro.
I can't stand Boston.
I can't stand the Heat fans.
He's new to the game.
I think it was
87 or 88 playoff series with Hawks and Celtics. Let me tell you, that was the best playoff series I ever seen in my life between any team. I think a lot of commentators said the same thing. I didn't know they felt that way, but I've been feeling that, bro.
Because we should have won.
We should have won.
But they always cheated for Boston, man. Playing in the Garden,
bro.
They never gave us any calls in Boston, bro. They would bail Bird and McHale out all the fucking time, bro. Every time.
Hey, and I want to say this too, man. I'm really gonna be paying attention to how the referees are gonna be officiating this game, man.
Because that's better, bro. Because them Boston fans, they ruthless, bro.
Man, let me tell you, because I think sometimes, man, them refs get a little scared when they be in Boston, man. They don't be calling the stuff that they need to be calling.
They don't. They've been doing Atlanta like that for years, bro.
I'm gonna tell you, man. When we play Boston, even now, I look at like I always say, when Trey is getting into the paint, man, he should be getting a foul call every time he goes to the hole, man, because his arm gets slapped, he get hit in the face, the forehead, all that stuff. They don't never call it.
Shout out to Dominique up in the building. What's good, Nick? He in the chat and shit. But fellas, I'm finna wrap it up, man. I ain't want to make this morning show too long,
Yeah.
But we definitely gonna have a show tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening.
Okay.
Or should we do? We play
Before
Saturday.
you leave, I want to say something.
We do it. We play Saturday, so we should have. what's today? Wednesday, Thursday. So we probably do a show Friday. So we could do a Celtics preview, or should we do it Thursday?
Friday.
Friday, yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll go live Friday. We'll do a show on Friday, man, talking about giving our real predictions and whatnot. But a salute to everybody who tapped in.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Foot.
If you look at the last game where the Stars played when they beat us by 10, we pretty much controlled a lot of that game, right? And we tricked it off. Mm-hmm. Everybody was in double figures. Hunter did well. Collins was decent. I mean, Trey hit 35. So I went back and looked at a lot of games look at some stuff from a lot of games last year and this year. We just need to play, man, and be physical. That's it. This shit ain't hard. It's not be surprising. We just need to play.
Hey, physicality, baby. Let's go.
All right, Demond. You have a good day, bro.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
Y'all stay up, man. Appreciate for everybody tapping in, man. We up out of here. Y'all know it. Hawks up. Peace.